There are all kinds of things like this happening around the world. There's healing water now that is popping up in different places around the world. Now, Lourdes, we know about Lourdes. Lourdes in France has been there, and its healing water has been there for some time. However, these new healing wells seem to give more reliable healings. The water must be more powerful. The one closest to here is in Tlacote, Mexico, a town outside of Mexico City, where a farmer named Chahin, a rancher named Chahin, saw this pool of water coming out of the ground, and his sick dog drank this water and got well. He fed the water to some of his sick animals, and they got well. He finally convinced the local hospital to give this water to some of the patients. The patients were healed. Most of the patients were healed. So he finally went to the Mexican government and got funding to help him build pumps to pump this water out in huge tanks, huge storage tanks, so that this water could be made available to people who come there free of charge. And so since then, he has given this water to people free of charge. Before they go through, they have to stop and talk to the doctors and nurses, tell them what their symptoms are, the symptoms of the person they're getting the water for. The people line up. There have been lines for days and days and years now at this well in Tlacote, Mexico, where people are lined up to get their water. And they tell the symptoms, they get the water, and then they report back on what happened. And they have rooms full of charts of people that have been healed from everything from cancer to arthritis to AIDS. Many, many, many healings have happened because of this water. It's free of charge, and they pour it out and give it to the people that come there. Many famous people, some famous people from the United States have been down there, I won't mention any names, to get this healing water. And now there's one in Germany, one in Nadenau, Germany. There is where the water came up underneath a restaurant there. There's water in India. The one in India, people actually bathe in the healing water in India, and many people are being healed there. And now there's one in Kenya, Africa, where people are being healed. And these are verified healings that have been happening because of this wonderful water. The water, the only difference they can find from normal water is that this water is lighter in weight than normal water. And that's all, but people are claiming that this is miraculous water. Now, there are many others, but here's the million-dollar question. Can all of these wonderful, non-religious, unexplained, amazing events, and all of these religious or spiritual, amazing events that have happened, can they all be a coincidence? I don't think so. It's my firm contention that they are not. As a matter of fact, there's a man in London, England, named Benjamin Creme, who has been going around the world for over 20 years telling people that these are signs of good things to come, signs that God is still with us and God still cares. I have met Mr. Creme on several occasions. I've interviewed him. He's a very nice man. He is very convinced, and he's very convincing, and he's not fanatical at all. He's just a very mild, calm man who is telling this good news, and I heard about it, and I certainly want to share it with you because I truly believe that these are signs that help is on the way. Mr. Creme says that it's an interesting time because all the world's major religions are expecting their great teacher at this time. The Buddhists are expecting the fifth Buddha. Christians are expecting the return of Christ. The Jews, many of the rabbis and great teachers say that the signs are there for the Messiah to appear. The Hindus are looking for Krishna. The Muslims, depending on the sect, are looking for the Imam Mahdi or the Messiah. So all of these world's major religions are looking for their great teacher to come at this time. Benjamin Creme says that teacher is in fact here, now, living outside of London. This great, great spiritual being, the world teacher, is here looking for the right time, waiting for the right time to come forward. Mr. Creme says that will probably happen when we are most receptive to it because he will not infringe our free will, this teacher. Our free will is sacred. He says it will probably happen after the collapse of the stock markets, which we will cause. God will not cause these stock markets to collapse. We will through our rampant greed. Then people will be looking for help. And he will be interviewed on TV, this world teacher. He will then probably several networks, a network in the U.S., the BBC, maybe a Japanese network. Ultimately, people will want to hear more, and there will be a huge press conference. Mr. Krem says, hooked up worldwide, satellite hookup, radio and TV, and his face will appear on TV. And people say, well, what about the Antichrist? Well, Mr. Krem says there's good news. The Antichrist has come and gone. How did this happen? It happened in World War II through Hitler and his henchmen. And Hitler, if you read the prophecies and the predictions of the Antichrist, did everything the Antichrist was supposed to do. He was incredibly evil. He fooled millions of people into thinking for years that he was their great savior, going to lead them into this perfect world. He killed millions and millions of people. So the Antichrist energy has come and gone. It was defeated by the Allied powers in World War II and cleared the way for the return of this great world teacher, this Messiah, to come. And we will see his face on TV, but his lips won't move. We will hear his words in our head, in our own language. That's one way you'll know it's him. Number two, we will feel the love of God in our hearts like we have never felt it before. Trust the love in your heart. The Antichrist can't do that. It may be a wet day. There may be people crying. And number three, simultaneous with him addressing the world and talking about freedom and justice and brotherhood and giving us suggestions which we can either follow or not follow, there will be hundreds of thousands of miraculous healings around the world. And in those three ways, we will know that this great world teacher is here. Now, I am absolutely convinced that this is what's going to happen. It makes tremendous sense to me, and I'm wondering how you feel about it. Please don't believe this just because I'm saying it. Run it through your common sense, through your life's experience, and see what you think. You may believe that there's a 10% possibility, maybe a 30% possibility, or a 50% possibility that this could actually happen. And that's fine. That's fine. Whatever percentage it is, you can share that with other people. You can say, you know, I saw this show the other day, and this guy said some things, I don't know, but it might happen. You know, that there might be a great teacher coming, and we might dig our way out of this mess that we've made of our world. Whatever it is, if you have a little 20% belief, go ahead and share it at that level. So I leave it up to you. One thing is for sure, time will tell. So stay tuned, and if you hear about a big press conference coming, I suggest you tune in and check it out. Thanks for watching. I hope good things happen to you. My name is Dick Larson.